Um, First of all, Mike, congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. This is so amazing. I'm so excited. It comes right on the right before tomorrow's, which I think will be a historical announcement by the president tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central about the election platforms that I've been working hard on for 5 years. So this is great. Things keep happening, and this is amazing. I'm very excited for the our state because now I'm going to concentrate. I've been working hard on the budget. I'm going to put all these things out now to show everybody what we can do with each thing, problem solution, like we talked about last time, Esme. I want everybody to know the plans I have, not just, we're going to make Minnesota affordable. Well, show us how you're going to do it, Mike, and we're going to show the people.
Did you know it was coming this morning?
No, no, I did not. It's very exciting.
You had no idea it was coming at
No,
6:30 time?
no, no.
This was your
I was,
immediate reaction.
I actually got a text from somebody and it was early from my network, Lindell TV, and they go, and he says, "Congratulations!" And I look, and I'm just, it was so exciting. I called my wife quick, and I said he had just endorsed us, and it was very very exciting. And it
What impact do you think this will have on the primary?
well, I think the poll that came out a week ago, or let's see, there's two polls, KSTP, but that didn't show what it was with the president's endorsement. The one that came out from Big Data poll a week ago shows that with his endorsement now that I'm up, I believe it's almost 30 points on Lisa Dameth, and Kendall's way back there at like 9%. I think I have the numbers here.
Data that's an internal poll?
Yeah, yeah, that was one
Um,
that we did. That was one that was done.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it shows internal poll big data, and then it shows with his endorsement, I'm 42.6. Lisa Dameth is 17, and Kendall is 7%. So that's very exciting. But I'm not stopping. Obviously, we've got 4,000 yard signs out. We're putting them out daily, about 1,000 a day. We want to get up to 20,000 around the state. Every corner of the state, I've been helping deliver them. And we have a huge event at Sauk Center, a town hall on the 22nd, and CNN is coming into town. Their biggest crew coming to televise. I mean, to be there to report on my race, and then also to visit MyPillow's factory.
There have been some difficult times for the president. The war is very unpopular. Gas prices have gone up. How do you think people in Minnesota feel about the president, and how much of an impact will his endorsement of you have?
Endorsement is huge. I mean, that's um, what it's gonna. I think it's gonna give people hope now in Minnesota that we have change, and we have to have change. It can't be the same old input getting the same output. And to me, Amy Klobuchar is just another Tim Walz, and just you can't just change the name. We have to change the input. We've got to get solutions to these problems, and I think that his endorsement, there's no president in history that has done more problem solution and knowing what it manifests to. You guys in the media are just stuck right now on just like you do everything. Oh, this is going to be terrible that he's done these tariffs or whatever it is. Then 3 months down the road, you go, wow, that was a good thing. Wow, that helped everybody. Wow, that helped everybody. So I'm excited, and the polls would not show the big increase if Minnesota did not want this, and so I'm very excited. I can't tell you how excited I am.
You don't think the president's slipping poll ratings, and a lot of polls that show that this war is very unpopular, people are concerned about prices. Do you think that the president has lost his edge in terms of support in Minnesota?
Absolutely not. I go around the state, 100% no. As you know, there's other things that maybe that if you talk about if you talk about people, you talk about the politicians out of it. You talk about people. I go all over Minnesota, the inner city of Minneapolis. I'm everywhere. They want solutions to problems. Now, a lot of them, there's people obviously that don't like Donald Trump. But you know what? It doesn't matter. If you take the politics out of it, you look at the problem solutions, and we've seen this, what a businessman can do at that level. I want to show the people of Minnesota what I can do. I have withstood, which he put in his endorsement. I've been attacked more in MyPillow more than any company in the history of the United States, all because I wanted to secure our elections. And now tomorrow night, you're going to see 100% evidence that comes right out of the DOJ that nobody can argue with. So I think that's going to not only help people realize that the spin the media has put on this president, our great president, for a long time now. I think a lot of that will start to be revealed. And I'm not worried about, everyone in politicians, they go, oh no, boy, you got to bring down gas prices right before the elections and all these things. Well, this president, our great president, looks at things and he says, what's good for the long haul to help all people? And yeah, you're going to see gas and it come way down, absolutely way down. And when we get through this with the Iran conflict and war, we don't know, only God knows the outcome of how it's going to be. But there's people on both sides. You don't go, okay, he's doing this. Well, they're like an armchair quarterback. I mean, let's see how this comes out, because everything else he's done has worked. And this is what I say, and I've said it before. Well, did it split the Republican Party? Are you worried about that, Mike? No, I'm not worried about it. The people have spoke. I go up 30 points with his endorsement. That's just incredible, or 20 some points. So I think it helps, and it'll help the conversations around the state, because, as you know, Esme, there's a lot of things I'm going to do, and you said it yourself that the Republicans or the president might not like that in my plans for the
Well,
illegals,
Your,
and
your,
you know.
your immigration plan is very different that you're proposing.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
Your
And
plan,
so I'm doing what's for the people, not just because the president endorsed me does I'm going to do everything that he would do. Absolutely not. I'm going to do what Mike Lindell's going to do. That I live here in Minnesota my whole life. I've had one of the biggest businesses here. I'm going to do what I believe is going to help all of us. And that, I don't care what party you're in. I don't care what race you are. I don't care whatever. I want to help us as Minnesota, so we are living, so we can be affordable living here and bring back our great state to. We were so proud of Minnesota. Where I want to bring back our tourism. I just met with fisheries about with our lakes, bring back fishing and outdoors with our lakes, and they need a lot of help. And but just different things as you look through our education, all the things that have went down. I want to bring them up. But one of the biggest problems we have are our immigrants, our illegal immigrants, and to help them. And so we solved the problem. And I brought that up on your show last time, and you even brought it up. A lot of Republicans might not like it. The president might not like it, but I'm sorry. I believe that as a businessman, this solves a huge problem we all face. When you talk, and people are going to learn real quick that I do things as for all people, not just this party. Remember, I had never voted in my life. I come from a past of addiction. I come from a past of being in the streets, and I built I lived the American dream on steroids. And right here in Minnesota, where else can we do this? Going from where I was to building one of the biggest businesses the state's seen, and employing thousands of employees, and then helping people in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester, St. Cloud, with all the homeless and all the people in addiction, and help all the millions I spent when people are in need. And we're going to put those programs into place.
all right, can you summarize your immigration plan? Because it's very different from what the president has been talking about.
Yeah, what I want to do, everybody, is we need the illegals, obviously the ones that have committed gross misdemeanors and felonies, you got to ship them out. We were paying $110 million a year here in Minnesota to house them, and they're felons, they're bad people. And whether coming here illegal or not, they're bad people. They've committed crimes. We don't need to keep them. But the illegal immigrants that are here and have never committed a crime, and they're sitting there, they're afraid. They're sitting there, and they're always looking over their shoulder. And they've came into our country. They're working. They're afraid even to work. But here's the thing: what I want to do is give them conditional visas. They're not citizens then, but they get these visas. Everyone goes to the courthouse. You get fingerprinted. Find out, here's who I am, and now you get this card, and it's a conditional visa card where you're here, and now you can go work, and pay taxes, and the employers that are paying them illegally, avoiding all the taxes, that are hurting all of us in Minnesota. These people that are underpaying the illegals, and they're paying them cash, and they're stealing from us. You have a 6 months for everybody to get these cards, and then the employers at the end of 6 months, if they're still doing this, they're going to go to jail. They're going to go 90 days, whatever we put on there, because they've got to start paying their taxes. They are criminals as far as I'm concerned. Now, they don't care about the illegals. They care about the dollar. And now with the illegals now that have these cards, they're here. If they want to go get a driver's license, they go to it. They need to learn English. I'm sorry, have to learn how to read road signs. If that's a problem, back in the day when I had problems with my license, I had what was called a B card for drinking back in the day, and we just put this on there, so it's a provisional and license. Well, then you have that, and then you can all the money that we're going to save for now having these people working, and then having these employers actually paying taxes, and that money that will be used to get more people to make the illegal to legal it. Then they can go to the end of the line and get legal. And we need these people working, and it really solves the problem. These illegals, I want to tell everybody one more thing. They sit under the shadows. They are getting crimes committed against them. It can be by people, by other illegals, by even people that are here illegal, because they go, who are you going to tell? I just stole this, or I just did something horrible to you. You can't tell anyone because you're not here legally. This has to help. We have to help these people.
Mike, what about, I mean, there have been two of these people who fall exactly into your category. Some people, two men who've been here for a long time were shot and killed by ICE in the last week, one in Texas, one in Maine. Your thoughts about that?
I didn't know about that. I think this solves your problem, you guys, with ICE too, where ICE, if we now just imagine this, the people that are here now, you know who they are. If one of these illegals that have provisional visas now, they can be out in the open. They can also tell on the people, whistleblow on the bad people that are there, and you get them. And then when we get them in our prisons that get charged with, not charged, but they get convicted of gross misdemeanor or felony, they're shipped out. They're gone. They don't get a second chance ever. And even if you have one of these conditional visas, if you commit a crime, and you're convicted of it, you get shipped out. This is your grace period, and then it solves the ICE problem. The ICE doesn't have to go door to door and ship out people that haven't committed crimes, and they can just be, it's like, hey, we got 10 more really bad people. These are really bad people, and then it works. You don't have to have going door to door and people confronting ICE, and this is why we have the problems in Minneapolis that we had, here too, the two tragedies. And we've got also, Minneapolis has the strictest protest laws in the nation, but we never follow them. This solves so many problems if you look at it from both sides. We've got these people. This all came as me back in California about 7, 8 years ago when I was down there with cotton fields buying cotton for MyPillow. Illegals that were here, that were working in the next field over, that they were underpaying, and this employer was cheating and stealing from California and the United States by not paying their taxes, underpaying their illegals, and then the other person could not compete with them. So, but when you talk about, to answer your question, this really solves problem. People that say, well, they're shipping out people that are illegal, that the only crime they committed was they came across the border, which, by the way, with that open border policy of Biden, it's almost like you were invited. It's just not right when you need to sort out, like our president said, the bad ones, the bad people.
Let me ask you this. Have you spoken to the president since the endorsement?
No, I have not. I put a thank you out on social media right away, and I said I'm honored to have your endorsement, and I'm going to work hard to make Minnesota great again.
You put that out on social. If you had a chance to talk to him, what would you say?
I would say the same thing. Thank you. I will not let you down. Thank you. As I told you, I wanted to wait until he would endorse me based on merit, not just that we're friends. And I've never went down the road. I just said, you know what? When the time is right, when you feel that I've, campaigned hard and I have solutions, to the problems we have in Minnesota. I don't give up. You know that. I will not give up. I will, I will fight to help our state, get back to where we were to affordable. It's all about making things affordable so we can live here and all people getting the help they need. And so I'm excited.
Back win the primary, you almost certainly will be facing Senator Amy Klobuchar, who has an amazing record of enormous wins here in Senate races. Are you intimidated by that?
No, not at all, because Amy and I, we agreed on one thing, and that was the election fraud. She was the biggest one that wanted to get rid of the voting machines in 2018 and 19. And what did I do since then? I spent
Get
$80
rid of it.
million fighting that. Amy spent nothing. What Amy did was ignore it after the 2020 election. So there's a lot of things where Amy flip-flops just to maybe to get elected, but I have no problems going up with Amy. I mean, in my mind, and the reality is all this fraud and all these things in Minnesota happened under her watch too. I know she's not, she's our senator, but I'm sorry, this money that came in from the federals to help these people that never got help. Amy, you're not a good steward of money. So I have a lot of campaign to go up head to head. I can't wait to debate Amy. I would love to debate Amy, in anything because she doesn't have the business sense of problem solution. This isn't a thing of just fix one little thing over here and try and distance herself from the fraud like she's been doing or going up to all these cafes. Here I am in Upper Minnesota. You know what? Show us what you've done and show us what your solutions to the problem. That's why I'm going to, Esme, put out all my budget and get that out there before this primary is even over, so everyone can see these solutions. Maybe Amy will copy them and say, "Hey, I'm going to do that too." Well, that's fine.
All right, because she was in Washington this whole time. She wasn't in St. Paul, is overseeing state programs were supposed to help people. I mean, do you really think that people are going to blame Senator Klobuchar?
I didn't say blame. I said there was a lot of money that she solicited. These funds that came in with COVID, with these welfare programs that came in, the federal funds that came into our state. That's what she's soliciting. So you should probably watch where your money goes. You went and got this money to help Minnesota, to help our people. Those people in need never got the money. Everyone could talk about the fraud and boy, look at all the money that they stole from us. No, they took it from the people that really needed the help. And this is where, follow that. And I'm sorry, we need a different input. Amy's been around a long time. I give you that. And and I can bring out all kinds of problems that were had on her watch. And I'm not saying to blame, but do you look at the party? Do you look at this? I'm just saying that there's a lot of pictures with her and Waltz arm in arm. And all of a sudden, now she's just out of the picture. She had nothing. She didn't know anything. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying there's a solution to these problems, and we've got to use a businessman's business solutions to this. What if you got to run Minnesota like a business because that's basically what it is when you're putting out your budget. And I don't think Amy has the skill set to even think about doing that.
Well, Mike, you've been very generous with your time. I'm sure everybody in the world
Yeah,
wants
they've been ran up.
right now. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. And obviously, we will be following just less than 4 weeks to the primary. We're going to follow this Democratic governor's race very, very carefully. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Esme. Appreciate it. Thank you.